ever be scared of carbs unless you legitimately have a medical condition like diabetes, you're insulin resistant, because
This is just gonna make you insulin resistant. It's like, what are you doing? What are you talking about? This promotes insulin resistance. What the heck? Oh my god, man. Come on. All right, so we're going to be reviewing Remington James. Apparently, he says this minimalistic grocery haul makes losing weight easy. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, most people, and I mean like 99% of people, have no clue about weight loss. It's really not that difficult. There's just so much misinformation out there that's still being taught for some reason that it's true, like calories matter, calories don't matter. Yeah. So we're going to get into this, and you're going to be seeing the biochemistry of what exactly is going on. Because, well, endocrinology in this case. But regardless, yeah, let's get to it.
I cook quite a bit. We got the recipes, anabolic pizzas, healthy, delicious food for weight loss.
Are you kidding me? Did he really just say that in the same sentence? Holy crap, he is delusional. Okay, I guess he doesn't know what the word anabolic means. Anabolic means storage. And a pizza is going to do exactly that, because you have carbohydrates, and then you're also adding in as well, probably, if you showed the pepperoni there, for instance, you're adding in a little bit of fat, which we already know that's going to increase insulin a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean it won't increase it too much, but it definitely will increase it a decent amount. And that's not how you lose weight. Gonna let you know right now, that is the last way that you could possibly lose weight. You're just gonna gain fat, because that's literally what anabolism is. When you're going through an anabolic state, in the case of dietary means and raising insulin, that will basically cause anabolism of adipose. Just wow, this is ridiculous, But
at one point, I was brand new to all of this. The counting macros. What should I eat? Which foods have protein? What are good carb sources? Where do I find a healthy fat? So in this video right here, what I want to show you is a minimalistic grocery haul. And if you're brand new to all of this,
did he just put a diet
right
soda
here, what I want to show you is a minimalistic grocery.
No, you can't do this. Oh, come on. Is he crazy? Dude, this guy is... Oh my god. I mean, I don't know if this will make... I don't necessarily know what's in this. I know that this is like extremely carcinogenic. There is... You can't... Come on. Oh, dude. That's... Oh, jeez. This guy's really digging himself a hole right now. He's just digging himself a deeper and deeper hole. Like, oh my god. All right, let's see it, buddy.
Haul. And if you're brand new to all of this and your goal is to lose weight, look good with your shirt off, or in a bikini.
Okay, the way you get this, well, first off, there's actually two ways you get this. First, you get shredded, like in my video that I already talked about before. If you don't know how to get shredded, really easily, by the way, you can go check out that video. It's really not that difficult. You don't actually have to put in much time to work out. And secondly, if you want to lose weight, which I think that video is also out, once again, I have two videos on that, basically how to get like a perfect body sort of looking like this. It depends on how much work you put in, but basically this is really not that difficult to do. And right now you're flexing, by the way. Like, you have to flex in order for this to show. It looks much different when you do and don't flex. So
this might be the smallest grocery haul I've ever posted on this channel.
Wow. I can already see a lot of things that I don't like. I can see this is meat, so I like this. But I see chips. This probably is like another version of this, whatever this brand is, which is a chips. I think this is chicken. Egg whites. Oh, God, no. He's doing the same thing than Greg Doucette. Is this the flavored egg whites thing? Who on earth? Like, I don't understand it. I just don't understand it. I don't understand it. What is up with flavored egg whites? Like, Jesus. It seems like every bodybuilder is doing this. Okay, this is, yeah, this is one, you definitely don't want this. This is insanely high polyunsaturated fat content right here. This is insanely unhealthy. And you also have a couple other things. But Oh my God, that's bad. Oof. Oh boy. Okay, well, enlighten me, buddy. Tell me, please. Please, God, tell me how most of this is healthy.
Video, I show you how I take a client's measurements, age, weight, height, do the math, break it down, and what I would set their macros at. I show you how I do it for clients.
Oh my God, this is crazy. It's crazy how much money you can make off of selling people a lie. Dude, like you, oh my God, Jesus. Really, it is selling people a lie. He's selling people a lie on calories and on hitting these macros and all this stuff. And based on their height, weight, and age and all this other factors, then he'll tell you. Like, that is an insane, dude, this is insane. First, that's a lot of money to be made, because I can imagine a lot of people would buy into that. But secondly, holy crap. Like, dude, it's not that difficult. If you want people to lose weight, you just choose catabolism, which means you favor glucagon and you favor glucagon being elevated, which allows for hormone-sensitive lipase to be active. It's not that difficult. You don't even have to get them to work out. They can sit down the entire day if they wanted to, and they will lose weight, because that's how glucagon works. Like, holy crap, dude. All right, please. If this guy, I mean, who knows? He might have biochemistry. He might not. He probably doesn't. I can almost guarantee it. But let's hear it, buddy.
You can do it for yourself, and if you follow it, you are literally guaranteed results. I've been on my program for 6 weeks using what I showed you in that video, and I'm already down close to 20 pounds.
Okay, you're guaranteed results, and you're also going to guarantee muscle loss. If you're following this calories in, calories out thing, it's not gonna work. I mean, just look at people from The Biggest Loser. I have a video literally showing how many examples of this not working. Calories don't work. Especially if your metabolism is already screwed and insulin's chronically elevated, then you're extra screwed. The more that GLUT4 transporter is overused, the more screwed that you are. So just because, once again, this is it's clueless. Absolutely clueless.
Feeling lean and mean while maintaining muscle mass and feeling great. So if you have any questions about macros, start there first, then come back to this. Now, the first macro we're going to start with is protein, which happens to be the one that the majority of people are lacking in. The standard.
I'll agree with that. Yeah. Okay, that's a good start. Protein. I think that's, I wouldn't call it protein. I would just call this meat. Eat meat. It's not that hard. Okay. Please. Let's see if you have the biochemistry behind what you're talking about.
Standard American diet consists primarily of carbohydrates and fats, not a ton of protein. And
I mean, if those fats are in the form of polyunsaturated fats, then yes. But if they're in the form of meat, then you are going to be having protein. But you're just going to be skyrocketing all three. You're going to be upping the increase of all three, which is not good. Because when you do that, you skyrocket the insulin to glucagon ratio, which is literally what dictates anabolism, which is you gaining weight and you storing fat, or catabolism, you losing fat and losing weight. So, buddy.
We want our diet to be high in protein because as we lose weight, we want our body to prioritize fat loss and not burn off our muscle, which is...
Oh, okay. Well, at the very least, I'll give him credit. Yes, I'll give him credit. Protein is important in terms of keeping, retaining your muscle. So that's why you can look at some of these carnivore doctors, and they, for that matter, don't have to do much, and they have a ton of muscle. Like, it's not that hard. I mean, hormones, people are already self-experimenting. You have to realize science is going to be behind the curve on this, especially the medical field, and the medical literature will be behind the curve on this. The science, like the way the whole system works is it's around, it seems as if, so far anyways, the medical field and the actual like hospitals and stuff are usually like 20 to 40 years behind the curve. And then the researchers are like 5 to 10 years behind the curve-ish when it comes to all this stuff. So it's like, or at least that's from what I've noticed anyways. Because quite literally, if you look at the medical literature right now in terms of what's healthy and what isn't, it's like behind the curve is an understatement. But at the same time, it is bought out. So I have a video on that as well. We already know it's bought out. It's so bought out, it's disgusting.
This is why Hollywood actors, bodybuilders, competitors all eat high protein diets. So I figure why.
He's right. Arnold Schwarzenegger in his prime, what was he cramming down? Eggs. So I better see eggs. This looks like eggs. So that's at least a good start.
And I'll start here. We got some easy options, guys. What we'll start with is probably the most popular of proteins, and that's good old-fashioned chicken breast.
I wouldn't say chicken breast is good. I mean, it's people. Yeah, see, this is why he likes it. I already know, because it's low in fat. I'm pretty sure the way his diet works is it's high in carbohydrates and high in protein and low in fat, which is like every single bodybuilder out there. And why is that? Because if you stimulate, well, first off, fat is very satiating. So when you eat it, you're not going to be able to eat much else throughout the day, because your leptin will most certainly be increased. Will probably be increased. You probably can, I guess, if you work yourself out enough. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know why would you want to do that? But regardless, yeah. So it's like the understanding of the endocrinology is very poor in this. It's very, very poor. But I'll give him a chance to speak. So
this right here is a very lean protein source. For every 112 gram or 4 ounce serving, we're getting 26 grams of protein and only 1 gram of fat.
You see, he's happy that it's low fat, which once again, this is not healthy. Once again, you don't want to be spiking carbohydrates, because we already know spiking carbohydrates ain't a bueno. You got a lot of glycation going on. You got a lot of glucose oxidation, which means, once again, more lipid peroxidation, more reactive oxygen species, which then will lead to more lipid peroxidation or oxidative stress one way or another. Why do that?
Chicken is versatile, really easy to cook in a skillet. I love me some chicken. And pro tip, if you buy the tenderloins, they already have a lot of the fat and stuff trimmed off of them, so it saves you a lot of work. Moving on to a pure protein source, we got some liquid egg whites. Now I know egg whites sound boring, and that's because they definitely are. But if you just need pure protein, no fat, nothing else, no fluff, pure protein, egg whites will get you there. And this entire
I'll at the very least, I'll say the protein content in eggs are very high. If you're interested in how protein works, go check out my how to get shredded easily video, because it explains that. Yeah. So this is, I mean, yeah. He's right though. It's just the egg whites. Like, you can't just eat the egg. The egg has all of the vitamins and the minerals that are so essential, as well as cholesterol, very essential for hormone synthesis. So yeah, really, really important.
entire container that was like $5, there's 100 grams of protein in this. Pretty good value per gram. One of my favorites here, we got 96% lean ground beef. This is gonna have a few more calories than any of the other options I show you, but still, when you get it this lean, it's not bad. 4.5 grams of fat.
See, okay, honestly, if you do this, you're going to spend more on food, which I know it sounds crazy, but you're getting so many carbohydrates, which are so lacking in essential vitamins and minerals and other things that, and quite literally, they will also stimulate ghrelin, that you're just going to keep eating throughout the day, which is like not what you want to do. If you want to eat once a day, or you want to start eating less throughout the day and actually spending less on food, you just do that by stimulating leptin. Once again, how do you stimulate leptin? Fat. So it's kind of a no-brainer here, buddy. No bueno. You don't want to be doing this.
23 grams of protein per 4 ounce, 112 gram serving. I do think personally, out of all the proteins, lean ground beef for me might be my favorite, because it can be versatile. You can use it in a wrap, tacos, whatever. Literally fried up real quick.
I'll agree. I like beef more. And he notices it too, probably. He quite literally notices the taste difference between chicken and beef. In my opinion, beef just tastes better, but
easy, but with it being so lean, it starts to get expensive. Just make sure you're getting the 96% version, or at least the 93, because anything below that has too much fat, gonna be too many calories, not enough protein, it's gonna be hard to hit your macros.
This is what I mean. It's like the macros don't exist. If you really needed carbohydrate, tell me how Angus Barberi was able to survive. He fasted for 382 days. How on earth is this guy supposed to survive? He shouldn't. He should be dead. He didn't eat anything for 382 days. Turns out your body doesn't need carbohydrates because it produces all of the carbohydrates that it needs on its own. Not only that, he lost all of the weight. Obviously, he lost the weight because he literally didn't eat anything for 382 days. But hopefully that's an indicator you don't need carbohydrates. Carbohydrates is not a macro. Fat is, though, for a very good reason. I wouldn't call it a macro. I'd just call it necessary. All right, we'll start here.
Proteins covered, let's move on to fats. First thing you're gonna notice is we don't really have a lot here. And that's because on most diets, fat adds up quick. For instance, for me, right now I'm eating about 185 grams of protein a day, 230 some grams of carbs, but I'm only having like 60 grams of fat. So you don't need much to hit that goal. Some of my favorite sources, easy ones for you. We got natural peanut butter. This is gonna clock in at 16 grams of fat.
This is not healthy. This is definitely not healthy.
For a 32-gram spoonful. Like I said, adds up quick. Fat's very calorically dense. We got some extra virgin olive oil and other health.
This is the healthiest option from the plant oils. It's coconut or it's this one. But regardless, this is, I still wouldn't recommend it. One, higher polyunsaturated fat content, higher lipid peroxidation, higher inflammatory markers. Like, why? Why would you do that? Right? So, I don't know. I don't know if I explained that enough, but the reason why causes inflammatory markers or why it causes inflammation or in higher amounts is because the polyunsaturated fat will basically end up being attacked by a hydroxyl free radical. It'll come from a hydrogen peroxide, which comes from a superoxide from oxidative phosphorylation. So, yeah, this stuff, once again, not healthy. It gets attacked. It especially gets attacked by hydroxyl free radicals. And if you're interested in that, you should go check out my video. It's like undergrad students greater than modern doctors. That's the thumbnail. Because this is just clueless. Saying that this is a healthy fat or saying this is a healthy fat is very clueless. Saying this is a healthy fat is like partially clueless, or I can't tell your intention. But once again, the healthiest fats are from animal sources because they're lower in polyunsaturated fats. 1 and 2, also deuterium content is way lower, so also better for that reason.
If you're not paying attention, one of the easiest things to overeat on, so keep that in mind.
You're not going to overeat fat, believe me. Well, you might be able to overeat this. I'm not really too sure. But you'll in terms of overeating meat, that's not going to happen. No, you can't. It's really difficult to overeat meat. I mean, you'll know when you're full very quickly, and you'll probably stay full for a very long time. Actually, no, you will stay full for a very long time because it will stimulate leptin and it will inhibit ghrelin. So.
And then for the final fat, where I get most of my fat, honestly, a lot of it comes from good old-fashioned eggs. Each egg, 5 grams.
There we go.
Of fat, 6 grams of protein.
At the very least, he knows the unbelievable importance of the amino acid content of eggs, because this is how bodybuilders actually gain tons of muscle. It's this right here. Tons and tons and tons of eggs. You want to see Arnold Schwarzenegger in his prime? Raw eggs, just pounding them down one after the other. So,
moving on to carbs, which unfortunately have been vilified in the weight loss community for a very long time.
Yeah, there's a reason why they're vilified, buddy. This, once again, clueless. Clueless. Absolutely clueless, for that matter. It's like a lack of understanding of hormones. Enlighten me. Please give me an argument besides the calorie argument, which I've already debunked. Please, God forbid.
But I'm promising you guys, carbs are not the enemy. Overeating calories is, and not eating the right macros is.
Once again, I already proved this wrong. It's like, so I don't know. The level of delusion is next level. But I can't be too surprised. Like, they taught the wrong information, so.
Don't ever be scared of carbs unless you legitimately have a medical condition like diabetes, you're insulin resistant, because
this is just going to make you insulin resistant. It's like, What are you doing? What are you talking about? This promotes insulin resistance. What the heck? Oh my god, man. Come on.
Honestly, carbs are fantastic. And really low carb diets are miserable. This is literally where we get...
Yeah, you should tell that to my no carb diet. It's literally no carbohydrates. So, well, I guess technically speaking, I get some carbohydrates in the form of glycogen as well as the amino acid content from meat, which ends up getting converted into glucose, which you can consider as carbohydrate, but it's negligible.
Get our energy. So starting out, another staple in all these diets is some good old-fashioned white rice. These are the minute rice packets here because they're cheap.
No.
And convenient. Cup of this up. Another fan favorite, old-fashioned.
God, no. If you have good autoimmune problems and you don't have a good time dealing with fiber, do not do this. Please, God, do not do this.
Oatmeal, very damn half stick grits here.
No.
I feel like grits aren't white, but I'm telling you, is
bread. Oh my God. Okay, well that would explain the cognitive impairments right now. No, bread is literally is a book called Grain Brain, as well as it literally destroying people's guts, and basically gluten is glutenin and gliadin, the phytotoxins, and they basically, if you have autoimmune problems, you are going to be absolutely screwed by this. Like absolutely screwed. Actually, I'm very curious if gluten opens the type junctions. I think it does. Yeah, I think it does in the stomach. So once again, this is no bueno. No bueno.
As long as you hit your macros, you're fine. Eat toast. Make a shredded chicken sandwich. Doesn't matter. Bread is fantastic. And then on the
Clueless.
the health side of carbs, we got some vegetables. I got some frozen Brussels sprouts, which I really enjoy eating, along with some green.
You can't tell me you enjoy Brussels sprouts. You're eating the Brussels sprouts because you have to. If you had a choice, you would not like the taste. The reason Brussels sprouts taste bad is because they have tons of phytotoxins in them. They're literally the plant telling you stop eating me, and you continue to eat it. If that plant tastes even worse, then that's an even better indicator of don't eat me. If it tastes very good, then it's a scary indicator of definitely don't overdose. If you do start eating tons of it, at the very, like in terms of fructose content, like sugar stuff, avoid eating so much of it, because fructose, really high glycation levels, it will basically mess with your brain. And if you need an example of that, go look at Adult Fruitarian and go see how well that man speaks. That man literally can't make a sentence correctly. He can't think of a sentence within given 10 seconds. And he can't formulate his words. So it's it's not a pretty sight. But if you really want an example of what fructose does to the brain, he's probably the best example. Or he's a good one. There's better examples, but he's a very good one in my opinion. I've made a video already sort of related to that stuff and reviewing all these vegans and basically the epitome of malnourishment, as the saying goes, or as the video goes.
Last but most certainly not least, we're gonna talk hydration and what you're allowed to drink. I try to get in a gallon of water a day, but when I say water, I really just mean fluids. I don't know.
I'll agree. I think you need water, especially if you're working out very often. Water is very important. Water is extremely important if you're working out very often. So yeah. All right, so hopefully you learned a little bit of why this makes no sense, especially when you just look at it from basic endocrinology, as well as some basic biochemistry. What he's saying is like so clueless, it's amazing, but it is a money maker. It's a really big money maker. So I'll give him credit on that. Thanks again for watching. If you found the video helpful, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Helps the channel grow. And if you want to see all my videos ahead of time, click the join button down below, where you can see all of my videos ahead of time, or as well as support me personally. So yeah, once again, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.